you know what Jamaica's sustainable development goals are, or where we are in achieving them? That's our focus on today's edition of Jamaica Magazine. We'll also recap the Ministry of Finance's Service Excellence Awards as it strengthens its customer service delivery. There are also the top news stories of the day and much more. I'm your host, Adrian Atkinson. Welcome.
Healing begins within. Take a moment for yourself. Healing is a journey. Start yours today.
Good day, I'm Twyla Whelan and this is your JS News for Thursday, November 14, 2024. Jamaicans will now find it cheaper to import electric bikes as the government implements a 50% reduction on the import duties and exemption from paying the annual license fee for the next 5 years. Minister of Finance and the Public Service Favourable Williams moved 2 resolutions in Parliament Tuesday to institute the new duty regime on e-bikes. The lower house approved the Customs Tariff Revision Amendment Resolution 2024 and the Road Traffic License Duties Order Resolution 2024.
I'm pleased to bring these amendments to reduce import duty on electric bikes 3 years and less from the date of manufacture from 20% to 10%, as well as provide an exemption from the payment of annual license fee.
The regime will be in place from April 1, 2024 to March 31, 2029. It follows a similar change made in 2022 when the import duty on some electric vehicles was reduced from 30 to 10%. Minister Williams says the policy decision is expected to reduce emissions and noise pollution.
This incentive goes a long way in helping to reduce tailpipe emissions, in keeping with Jamaica's transition to ensuring a clean energy future. In addition to zero emissions, electric bikes saves money on maintenance. And it is a big benefit to society in that there will be significant noise reduction using an e-bike versus the internal combustion engine bikes.
Also coming out of Parliament, it has been announced that the Ministry of Agriculture will be undertaking a pilot initiative to utilize concrete in rehabilitating farm roads. Portfolio Minister Floyd Green reveals that the ministry's technical team is in discussions with the local cement manufacturing company about solutions that can be incorporated into the farm road rehabilitation program.
So we would have looked at 2 options. Not just straight concrete roads, but our major concrete provider has a solution that they have implemented in other parts of the Americas. So we have already identified 3 roads in different climatic conditions across the country. We plan to do that before the end of the financial year so that we can see what is the stretch, what is the value, and how do they stand up to the elements.
Mr. Green says the ministry is seeking to implement a solution that is durable and cost-effective. 99 newly minted inspectors of the Jamaica Constabulary Force JCF are being charged to be examples of the transformation that's taking place within the force. The officers are graduates of the JCF's Inspector Development course, which took place on Tuesday. Prime Minister Dr. Andrew Holness, who has given the charge, says the group, which comprises corporals and sergeants, are prepared and well suited to be models of this undertaking.
As inspectors, you will now stand as role models for officers who look to you for guidance, upholding the highest standards of the JCF. The responsibility is substantial, but I am confident that each and every one of you is ready, willing, and fully prepared to excel in this role.
The Inspector Development course comprised training in leadership, personal development, management and administration, public order, operations management, policies and procedures, and crime and criminal investigation. Dr. Holness is encouraging the graduates to be active contributors to a renewed transformative vision of the JCF to strengthen national security, build safer communities, and enhance public trust in law enforcement agencies. The Transport Authority has announced new procedures for the seizure of public passenger motor vehicles, in particular taxis. Effective immediately, a Transport Authority inspector or a police constable shall have the power to seize any vehicle that is licensed as a stage carriage, express carriage or route taxi and is not being operated on the route for which it is licensed to do so. The authority's inspectors can also seize a licensed hackney carriage that is being operated as a stage carriage, route taxi, or express carriage. The same applies to licensed contract carriage and express carriage vehicles that are operating as other categories of taxi services. In addition, any automobile being operated or used as a public passenger vehicle without a license issued for such operation or use can also be seized by a Transport Authority inspector. Managing Director of the Transport Authority, Ralston Smith, explains that in order to strengthen the system of accountability and ensure integrity of the process, the authorization for seizure of vehicles will start at the level of the area supervisor. The new procedures are being enforced in accordance with provisions under Section 13(2)(a) of the Transport Authority Act. Mr. Smith says that while seizure is prescribed for the various offences mentioned, he is encouraging his inspectors to be diligent, judicious, and prudent in the exercise of this power. Inspectors are implored to carefully consider whether the seizure exposes persons, property, or businesses to serious harm, adding that in some instances, based on the circumstances, it is best advised to proceed by way of a summons or ticket. Jamaicans with unpaid student loans who migrate to the United States will face significant challenges when they seek to update or renew their immigration status. This as the government and its U.S. counterpart have forged a partnership to identify Jamaican immigrants with outstanding student loan payments. Manager of the Loan Servicing Department at the Students' Loan Bureau, SLB, Cheryl Sergiu, explained the partnership during a recent GIS think tank.
Persons who may have migrated on the J1 visa, and so upon, let us say a teacher who may have migrated on a J1 visa and they want to renew their status with the US. And so before they actually do that, there's an arrangement where they have to, the US government needs to find out from us, the local government, if this person is indebted to the local government.
She emphasizes that clearing the loan would not only involve bringing the account up to date, but also fully settling the debt.
And so this is at that point that you'll find most of these beneficiaries will actually start servicing their loan, because we did not know and they didn't communicate with us that they have migrated.
And finally, the Public Broadcasting Corporation of Jamaica, PBCJ, is now running an exhibition chronicling 100 years of the country's audiovisual history. The exhibition, which covers the period 1913 to 2013, encompasses photos, images, and equipment highlighting some of the people, technology, and programs that have paved the way for Jamaica's vibrant broadcasting industry. Board Chair of the PBCJ, Rose Bennett Cooper, says that while the exhibition is not solely about the Jamaica Broadcasting Corporation, JBC, heavy focus is placed on that organization because of its impact on the broadcasting landscape in Jamaica.
The exhibition recognizes Jamaica's rich and important audiovisual legacy on which our modern broadcasting and audiovisual landscape is built. One thing is clear: technology does not stand still and it is constantly evolving. And what seemed like cutting-edge and highly innovative technology years ago is now completely obsolete. And in another 100 years, the things we celebrate as new technology will be a distant memory.
The exhibition can be viewed at PBCJ's South Odeon Avenue offices in Kingston until the end of November. And that's it for JS News Today. I'm Twyla Whelan. Thanks for watching.
Love might just be a four-letter word, but it means a lot to persons who handle it with care. Love is patient. Love is kind. Love does not envy and it does not boast. Love is caring. Love is sharing. Love is something that makes you feel happy. Love is both a feeling and an emotion. I might not love you as I should, but I love you more than any other human could.
On Finance Matters this week, we look at progress being made to achieve our Sustainable Development Goals and what exactly are these benchmarks. The Planning Institute of Jamaica takes us through the details.
In 2015, Jamaica was among the 193 member states of the United Nations to adopt the 2030 Agenda and the Sustainable Development Goals (SDGs). Since its adoption, Jamaica has taken active steps to localize the SDG framework, including its integration into national, sectoral, and local planning. Hi, I'm Shaquille Rochester Shorter and welcome to Finance Matters. Joining us today to discuss this is Ms. Latoya Clark, Program Director of the Sustainable Development Goals Secretariat at the Planning Institute of Jamaica. Remember to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Follow the Ministry of Finance on Facebook, Instagram, X, TikTok, LinkedIn, and now Threads to see all the episodes and highlights. Ms. Clark, thank you for coming on our program today.
Thank you for having me.
All right, so briefly, what do we mean by sustainable development?
Sustainable development is often defined as development today that does not jeopardize future generations. More specifically, sustainable development has to do with growth and continuity. So inherent within development is the concept of risks. There are risks in our development process, and so in order for sustainable development to take place, we need to employ risk-informed approaches to development. And these risk-informed approaches can take different forms. At the macro level, for example, mainstreaming climate change mitigation into our development planning is a way for us to build resilience to ensure that we protect our resources. At the micro level, such as at the household, using insurance, for example, to ensure that we're able to bounce back from risk and loss is also a way to ensure continuity at that level. Okay. Sustainable development has three dimensions: social development, economic development, and environmental development or environmental management. Sustainable development, in terms of the goals, there are 17 sustainable development goals, and these 17 sustainable development goals reflect the three dimensions of sustainable development: social, economic, and environmental, as I mentioned before. Yes. So within social, we have poverty reduction, gender equality, good health and well-being, education. Within economic development, we have goals that focus on innovation and economic growth, on building infrastructure. We have goals also for the environment: life on land, life below water, climate action. And these goals ensure that we are managing our natural resources in such a way that they are preserved and protected as necessary, and that they are used in a sustainable manner.
So from the 17 goals that we have, what are the ones that we're prioritizing at this time?
We are implementing the SDGs through Vision 2030 Jamaica. Vision 2030 Jamaica is our national development plan, and as you mentioned before, we have localized the SDGs. So we have integrated the goals, 17 goals, but there are also 169 targets And these targets are aligned with Vision 2030 Jamaica at the sectoral level. So we are implementing all 17 goals. Currently, however, we are in the process of conducting a midterm evaluation for the SDGs, and this evaluation is intended to point us to some of those areas or goals that can accelerate progress on the entire 17 or the SDG framework. And so we're currently in that process, but we do focus on the implementation of all the goals through the National Development Plan.
So you're saying, Ms. Clark, that all 17 goals are being prioritized?
All 17 goals are important to us, and they cover a broad range of development issues across sectors.
So Ms. Clark, based on what you're able to share with us, what has been the progress in achieving these goals, and what are some of the challenges?
Progress on the SDGs globally is reported in the Global Sustainable Development Report and the Sustainable Development Index that is published every year. It's a comprehensive report that shows the progress that is being made by all countries that have adopted the SDGs. This index places Jamaica at 77 of 166 countries with an index score of 69%.
Okay.
In terms of the specifics of what we have achieved, we have made progress in a number of areas right across the goals. Our debt to GDP ratio, the reduction in the debt to GDP ratio, reflects progress that has been made in SDG 17. Under SDG 16, we have seen the reduction in serious crimes. We have also made progress in terms of government efficiency and also in the delivery of justice through the case clearance rate. We have made progress in climate action through our climate action programs and strategies that we have implemented. In terms of life on land, we have increased our protected area coverage. For the economic side of it, we have made progress, significant progress. Under Goal 8, we have record low unemployment rates. We have also done well in terms of gender equality and specifically women's participation in decision making.
Okay.
We have also made progress in terms of poverty reduction and the reduction of extreme poverty or food poverty under goals 1 and 2. In terms of health, our life expectancy has increased. And so we are doing quite well in that area. In terms of education, goal 4, we are seeing increase in tertiary level enrollment.
So Ms. Clark, finally, if I want to track Jamaica's progress, where can I find it?
Jamaica has produced 2 voluntary national review reports. These reports tell of the progress that is being made on the SDGs in Jamaica. We produced 1 report in 2018, and the second report was done in 2022. Both reports can be found online or at the Planning Institute of Jamaica's website. We also produced an annual progress report, and that is also found on the Planning Institute of Jamaica's website.
Quickly, before we go, tell us 3 things that we should remember about sustainable development.
3 things we should remember about sustainable development and the sustainable development goals, if you don't mind.
Sure.
Add that. So there are 17 sustainable development goals covering social, economic, and environmental development, and underpinning that is the importance of governance and more broadly what we call the means of implementation, which is largely SDG 17, and that underscores the importance of partnerships. We cannot achieve the goals effectively unless we have effective partnerships and full participation from all stakeholders.
Well, thank you, Ms. Clark, for coming on our program today.
Thank you for having me.
And thank you for joining us on this episode of Finance Matters. Remember to follow us on social media at MOF Jamaica and tune in next week as we continue to demystify the economic and fiscal policies and initiatives implemented by the government to empower Jamaicans as we chart a path to Jamaica's economic prosperity.
A happy home is a safe home. Here are some quick tips to keep household chemicals out of the reach of children. Tip 1. Clearly label all chemicals and store them in their original containers to avoid confusion. Tip 2. Use child-proof locks on low cabinets and store all chemicals on high shelves or in locked cabinets. Tip 3. Teach your children about the dangers and importance of safety around these products. Few simple steps can make a big difference. Keep your home safe and keep those little hands out of harm's way.
The Ministry of Finance and the Public Service has been raising the standard of customer service to both external and internal clients. The staff have bought into the vision and were recognized at the Ministry's Service Excellence Awards recently. Here's a recap.
Customer Service Week is an international celebration of the importance of customer service and of the people who serve and support customers daily. Not true?
Every role, whether you are in leadership or on the front lines, plays a crucial part, don't you think? It plays a crucial part in achieving our mission as a ministry and actually in transitioning into what we call the Center of Excellence.
Anyone can just come up and just share what customer service means to you.
Service means meeting all expectations. It means going above and beyond to ensure that our targets are met.
And not just for internal customers, but external customers, because those that we work with, they are actually persons that we should extend these attributes to, all right?
It has to come from a place where when we say we are meeting and exceeding our customers' expectation, when they hold us to that, we can actually stand up to say, yes, we did go above and beyond.
It doesn't matter where you are. It doesn't matter if you're a director, a records officer, you should all do your job well.
We've come a long way, standing in a strong way. You know why? We never give up on God, cause Him not give up on we. Out of many, we are one nation, one family. We activate rising faith and joyfully celebrate one Jamaica.
I know there are individuals who give very solid customer service delivery. And the truth be told, it is not being bigged up enough.
I want to congratulate all of today's awardees. You are torchbearers of excellence in your public service. But let's not stop here. Let's take it to the next level. Let's start a fire.
I rise. See, I'm hurting but not broken. Down but I won't die. I rise. Soon I will reach the sky and still I rise.
Without further ado, the winner
of the Service Excellence Award is, drumroll please, Andrew Taylor. The winner of the Service Excellence Leader Award is, drumroll please, Jordan Earl. Samoy Dixon, Andre Green, Crystal Powell, Nicola Westgarth Brown, Richard Dawes, Devon Goodrich, Nicole Henry, Camille Brown, Sarika Rose, Jodianne Myers, Lisa Bent Dover, Raquel Gonzel, Maureen Edwards, Delia Watkis Morgan, Janelle Henry, Ryan Richardson, Norma McIntosh, Natasha Thomas, Jodianne Brown, Tamika Mallet, Camille Rohn. The winner of the Financial Secretary's Award is the Strategic Human Resource Management Division. Please join me in congratulating the division for the Minister's Award. The Public Expenditure and Policy Coordination Division. Today, we honor your commitment to service excellence, which has a real and lasting impact on the lives of those who rely on the services we provide. Thank you for your hard work and your dedication.
This is where our journey ends, but only for today. Do join us again tomorrow when we'll bring you another informative program. In the meantime, stay connected via our website, jis.gov.jm. And while you're online, send your feedback to Jamaica Magazine at jis.gov.jm or via X at JIS News. You may also find us on all the major social media platforms and through our mobile app that's Android and iOS compatible. On behalf of the entire production team, I'm Adrian Atkinson. Do take care.
This has been a production of the Jamaica Information Service, the voice of Jamaica.